Do you know how much it costs a family to settle in the UK? Like how much it really costs to settle in the UK legally? It is very expensive. And in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down how much it costs us, a family of 5, to actually settle in the UK. Trust me, it's not £5,000. It's not even £10,000. It's more. So please stick with me. Let's go straight into the details because nobody actually prepares you for this. Like it's something we truly, really never talk about. My name is Tochi and welcome to my channel. Please like this video, give it a thumbs up as you're watching so YouTube can recommend it to more people, and kindly share it to everyone that needs to benefit from this because I'm sure they'll definitely learn something new from this video and get inspired. And to all my returning subscribers, you guys are amazing. You're welcome back to today's video. If you're yet to subscribe, please click on that subscribe button because I share amazing content here that you would definitely love. See guys, nobody really talks about this part, the real costs of settling in the UK. If you watched my previous video where I announced that I am finally a permanent resident of the UK after 5 years, I've gotten my indefinite leave to remain. I'm sure a lot of you were inspired by that video, by my story, my journey, my experience, because you told me so, and some of you even asked for the cost, you know. So yeah, my family has reached a major milestone in our UK journey, and I'm going to be breaking it down for you, taking you guys behind the scenes of how much we spend, because trust me guys, it is not cheap. It is very, very expensive for migrants to finally settle in the UK. Now, we're not going to go down to visa application from day one to renewals, visa extensions and all of that. We're not going to go into that because we know that that alone is a lot of money, even for IHS fees and all of that. So we'll not go into that. We'll just focus only on the costs of really settling in the UK, getting your ILR, and then maybe your British citizenship. So just a quick background, we moved to the UK as a family of 3. My husband moved first, and then myself and my daughter joined him a few months after, you know, and then we also had 2 more children in the UK. So I have 3 children. That's making us a family of 5. Okay, my husband applied for his ILR first, you know, after he completed his 5 years in the UK. So let's break down the cost of each stage. Hopefully it helps you to plan ahead, right? So now for my husband's ILR fee, at the time he applied, it was £2,885, and then he paid £500 for priority service. He also spent £50 for the live in the UK test, making it up to a total of £3,435. That was how much it cost him to apply for his ILR. Now, he didn't have to write the English language test because he already did that at the point of his visa application in the first place. So the priority service is optional, right? You don't have to pay it. You can go for standard or you can go for super priority, which is more expensive, you know. With super priority, you get your decision in 24 hours. With priority, you get your decision in 5 working days, you know, and with standard, they say it takes up to 6 months, right? It could come out before then, it could come out earlier, you could even get it in 1 month, 2 months, 3 weeks, you know. We decided to do the priority service and that came out in 5 working days. In fact, his own ILR, he went for his biometrics, and I think 24 hours later or maybe 2 days later, his decision was out. So to my own ILR application, me as the dependent, the first dependent, right? It was £3,029, and I also paid for priority service, which cost an extra £500. I also wrote the life in the UK test, which cost £50, and I did the English test as well, which cost me £150. In total, I spent £3,729 for my ILR. Mine was a bit more expensive, you know, because of course the the cost had increased at the time of my application, just few months difference. That's to show you how UK laws change, price goes up. I think they even change this every year or something. So what those that apply this year are paying might not be what you will pay when applying next year. You see, my husband paid lower because he applied last year, and just by applying this year I had to pay higher. So you have to put all of that into consideration as well, because you might not pay this amount of money at the time of your own application. It's likely to go up. And then I also had to write the English language test as well. You don't have to do that. You can go through NARIC ECTIS, you know, where you have to reconcile your degree taught in English language. And if you have a UK degree, you do not have to show proof of English language. So that would save you £150, you know, but for me, I had to spend that money. It basically depends on your circumstance and your situation. This is just me and what my family spent. So I know that this would give you an idea, but not necessarily for you or your family to spend exactly the same thing that we spent, okay? And then for our daughter, the cost is £3,029. There's no need to pay extra for priority or anything. Let's stick with the standard, right? Now, I was a bit discouraged or a bit sad when I saw that there's no discount for children. Both adults and children pay the same fee for ILR. You know, it was quite annoying. I thought I was going to see, okay, adults pay this, children pay this, because when it comes to some applications, you know that children pay lower and adults pay a higher fee. You know, sometimes children even have to pay half of the money adults pay and things like that. But then I don't know why when it got to ILR, that children and adults would have to pay the same amount of money. I was a bit disappointed when I saw that, but yeah, it is what it is, right? So in total for the ILR stage, it's costing us £10,193. Guys, £10,193. This is just for 3 people. Now, like I said, yours might be different. Ours is like this because we came into the UK with just 1 child. So imagine that you came into the UK with 2 children, 3 children, or even 4 children. You had none born here. That's maybe you have given birth to all your children before you moved to the UK. Yours is definitely going to be very expensive, okay? And I pray that God gives you the grace to pay for it, because trust me, it's really going to cost you so much money. Ours is like this because we had some children born in the UK and they didn't have to go through the ILR stage, you know. Immediately my husband got his ILR, he just went ahead to apply for their naturalization and then their British passports. So that was cheaper because ILR fee was waived for us, right? But yours is going to be different if all your children came in with you to the UK. So now you know that it's very, very expensive settling in the UK. So imagine people now that came on a study visa and then they got a post-study work visa and then transition into a work visa. Can you imagine? Just imagine in your head how much. I know that this is a story of so many other people, you know, who have done that transition, and in every stage and in every level they paid so much money, paying IHS, visa fees, renewal, everything for yourself, for your family. It's really a lot of money, right? So guys, it's really not easy. Migrants are trying. In fact, you need to tap yourself in the back and say well done. See guys, it's not easy. We all are doing so well. We're doing amazing, even though it cost us a lot of money, but at the end of the day we're still doing it. So kudos to each and every one of us. So moving on to our sons for their naturalization and British passport application. So for naturalization, it costs £1,214 for each person. So we did that twice, times 2. And that is £2,428, right? And then for their passport, 61.50 times 2, and that was £123, okay? And then to send all the documents, we also paid £10 for that, and that brings us to a total of £2,563. So you see, that as well is also not cheap. Now, this is the standard cost. If you even go on the government website, you're going to see it. We're not talking about the transport money, the transport fare for biometrics, your fuel if you have to drive down to where you're going to do your biometrics. We had to travel down for it, you know, and then if you have to take a train or just basically transport yourself to where you're doing your biometrics, you have to consider that. For some, they pay immigration experts as well to do that for them. So you have to also consider that, and all those costs is a lot of money. Trust me, it's not cheap. This is where we're at the moment, and so far we've spent over £12,000. Okay, it's about £12,756, and we're still not there yet. We still have 3 more to go. If out of the family of 5, only 2 have gotten their British passports, we still have 3 more to go, and for the 3 of us, it's going to cost us over £4,000 or £5,000 to also get our British passports. So far, saying that we have spent over 12,000 plus the extra 5,000 we're going to spend again. How much is that going to be? It's going to be over £17,000 or something, right? I've seen some families that said they spent over £20,000. Some families spent less. So it depends on the number of your family circumstance. If you have all your children born in the UK, it's going to be cheaper for you because you don't have to do the ILR and everything. Once you get your own ILR, once you're settled, you can just go ahead and apply for their naturalization and their passport. Obviously, it's going to be cheaper for you compared to somebody that's had all their children outside the UK before coming in on a work visa or on a visa, and you know, and it's time for them to apply for their own ILR. So you see that all this cost differs, and then also consider that at the time of your own application, you might have to pay more or maybe less. Who knows? Your government can come tomorrow and say they are reducing it, but we've really never seen that happen. All we have noticed from the day we entered the UK till now, all we have noticed and witnessed is increase in fees. I've not seen them reducing any fee or cost of anything, from visa fees to IHS fees to ILR application fees to naturalization fees, you know, everything, all the cost, everything just keeps increasing. So yeah, that is it. Let me hear what you guys think in the comment section. And for families that have settled, can you please tell us how much you and your family spend so far in the UK? Just know that it is really, really expensive, so you need to start saving up on time. In my last video, I also gave that tip that you can open up a savings pot and say, oh, this is for ILR savings. It doesn't matter if you still have 2 more years to go, 3 more years to go, even a year to go. You can start on time to save up so that when you get to that stage, it will not be overwhelming, right? Start now to save. And while you're at it, please, saving for ILR, try not to get caught up or get entangled in it. Try to also have a life and try to make some investments and savings for other projects and other things you might want to do, because trust me, this ILR application or British citizenship application fee can take so much from you, and at the end of the day, you realize that you really didn't have any other thing achieved. You were just focused on achieving your ILR and British passport. So yeah, if you found this video helpful, let me know in the comment section. And as well, let me know how much you have spent so far on your ILR application. If you have settled yourself and your family, how much it cost you in total from when you moved to the UK up until your settlement time. There are people that, like I said, spent more. There are people that moved from study visa to post-study work visa and then to work visa. These same people who have already spent this much money, excluding their school fees, right, the visa fees, IHS fees, everything, renewals, extension and all, they're still going to apply for ILR and still pay the same fees or even more, right? So it costs a lot. Some people, everything costs them over £30,000, you know. So imagine if you have £30,000, what that can do for you or more. So it's really a lot of money, and I'm really grateful to God for providing for us, and I'm sure he's going to provide for us, you know, to conclude, to finish up what he has started and provide for you too that is watching this video. So thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you all in my next video. Bye bye.